hello everyone. Welcome once again, Wise Crypto community. Hope that you are well. So, yeah, thank you once again for having here, guys. So, we are just waiting for our honorable guest. Hope that he will join soon. So, stay tuned, everyone, and also listen carefully. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you, sir, for having here. Hope that you are well today.
Likewise. Would you mind? I pinged you in our chat, but Ian and Jay will also be speakers as well.
Okay, so let me check.
I'm on now. Thank you so much.
Yes, can you hear me now, Jay?
Yes, we can. I can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you both of you for having here. So I think we can start without any delay. So the first of all, I'd like to thank you, guys, for having here. And also, yeah, today we'll discuss more about like SolarX, their plan and program, everything. So stay tuned with us. And also here is our honorable guest today. So first of all, could you please introduce yourself and also your team members, then like the history behind the SolarX actually.
Yeah, definitely. So to first start things off, I want to say what up, Julian. I remember you from the other spaces. Good to see you in this one. Um, awesome questions yesterday. But yeah, so going back to SolarDex, I'm CEO and one of the co-founders of SolarDex. And essentially, we've been in the space for a while, just consistently building. And we finally have all our utilities prepped, and now we can just finally focus on hype. So that's exactly why we're here today, is to hype up our IDO. So we're launching the Solar token on AVAX. And those unfamiliar with us, the utilities we've been building over the course of the bear market, we have a EVM-based DEX. We have a Solana DEX. We have a partnership with an L1, and that should be live once they go live. We've built a fully functional Web3 integrated game already. If you guys want to check it out, check out our pinned tweet. We got a little trailer for it. And disclaimer is we've been building that for like a little over a month. It's just one of those things where we're launching on AVAX. We keep seeing GameFi as the hype for the bull run. So we'd be stupid not to get involved. So on top of that, it's inherently an NFT marketplace, and the core utility of Solar runs that marketplace, which also correlates with the game. So Solar is like this currency in our ecosystem where everything's needed for it. We can dive into more of the utilities later, but that's just kind of a quick high level overview of SolarDex. And going back to me, Richard, co-founder, actually spent 8 years in the military, did penetration testing and cybersecurity there. I also did munitions, which is bomb loading, which is crazy. Realized, that doesn't really pay the bills and transfer over into the real world, so I got into cybersecurity. So the joy of being a founder in the space is, most of the founders are either super technical or super business savvy. Uh, the perfect thing about this team is we're the blend of both. And then
Okay, yeah,
Joshua,
thank
I'll
you,
pass
sir.
it to you.
Yeah. I think, Jay, could you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, thank you. Name is Joshua. Been in the space since around 2020 now, specializing in Ethereum Solidity chains. Um, was around on the big Emacs time and got a lot of my experience through dev work and a lot of the Solidity programming and all the utilities that the EVM chains can bring. Um, I started following SolarDex around that same time and met Richard and the team over there and loved what they were doing. Reached out and have been working with them ever since. I'm excited to bring this GameFi and this hybrid DEX to life and show people how far this space can really expand.
Okay, yeah. Thank you both of you for being here and also happy to know about your self actually. So yeah, as far I know, like SolarX integrate with the gaming and NFT. So could you share how does your Solar like integrate the gaming and also NFT into its hybrid DEX platform?
Yeah, definitely. So what's cool and unique about this, right? We often have two scenarios in this space. We have a hyped up trailer for a game when the game never comes to fruition, or you have this hyped up game. It does come into fruition, but it's really lacking that Web3 aspect. And we see this as a common core issue with IDOs. One, it comes to gaming. So we wanted to alleviate the stress of any new potential investor and say, here you go, here's a game, and it's already Web3 integrated. Now let's focus on the fun aspect of the game, because this is what truly onboards new users. This is what creates, you know, fun. You have all these players and then you just keep building. It's similar to what Fortnite does, where they do updates and patches every 2 months to spark new interest and revisit old interest into the game. So that's essentially what we're trying to do. So we've had, pre alpha where people can come in and play, give feedback and critique. We fully plan on going into beta. And if you haven't seen, we're actually pre approved on the Epic Game Store. If you're unfamiliar with Epic, it's the people who created Unreal Engine or they own Unreal Engine and they own Fortnite. So what we're doing is, here's this game, here's the Web3 integration, but also the Web3 integration is not only just NFTs and the Solar token, because the Solar token needs to be utilized if you want additional perks in the game, right? So the game itself is free. Anyone can come in and play with default weapons, default characters, and so forth. So that's kind of the lure of trying to get in Web 2 users is there's limited Web 3. But if you dive deeper into the game and say we release a new character that's only purchasable via Solar, and of course the character is going to look more badass, have more functionality than the free character, right? So it's going to entice people like, oh, how do I do this? Okay, this is pretty cool. And it kind of becomes an addiction, right? So I play Fortnite. I'm heavily against buying things, especially in-game assets, but the way they've set it up and their ecosystem in that game is just flawless. There's a reason why it's $1 billion company at this point. So why try to reinvent the wheel, but just try to bring that from a Web3 standpoint. So that's essentially what we're doing at SolarDex.
Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you for this. So people, if you want to learn more, like check out their website from Wise Crypto and also other social media link you will find there and make your own research. And their website is SolarDex Finance. You can check it out. So yeah, like as far I know, you are the first Omni hybrid DEX. So could you share what distinguishes Solar as the first and only Omni hybrid DEX actually?
Yeah, definitely. So this is one of my favorite things, right? Where people are like, okay, it's a DEX, but they also have a game. What the hell? That's, confusing because here in Web3, we have one sentence and 30 seconds to appeal to investors. So most people will notice there is this definitive line of segregation between the DeFi ecosystem and the NFT ecosystem. So when I say hybrid, I'm talking about DeFi and NFT. The goal is to utilize and bring these two ecosystems together. So a hybrid DEX is incorporating NFTs in DeFi. And what I mean by that is the goal of Solar DEX is to get a customizable experience. We all go to Uniswap, PancakeSwap, it's the same boring ass background that we've all know. So with us, we're trying to get it where we have themes. Say I buy a Bored Ape. They claim to fame with NFTs is once you buy that NFT, that character, you own those IP rights. So we plan on fully functionalizing that into the DEX. So say we buy this Bored Ape, we now can incorporate a Bored Ape theme into the DEX. So we're trying to make it more customizable, where people resonate with their NFT, but also the DeFi ecosystem as well. And this is just phase one of this. Phase two will eventually be like, hey, I own the Bored Ape. I plan on holding this thing forever. Why don't I, give out some rights for it? I'm going to basically put this Bored Ape on their gaming marketplace, see if the team wants to add this character to the game, and then people can essentially pay me a small amount to use this character in the game, but also use the rights on the DEX. So we're trying to bring it where it's like a win not only for the project, but a win for people who, are those diamond hand holders. Like, I love this thing. Yeah, everyone has that doubt, like maybe I should sell this. But in this case, you could actually potentially earn revenue off of your NFT. So it's pretty cool, and we're pretty excited about this.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining this. And also, if I talk more about can you explain how your solar combines the elements of gaming within its text and the framework?
Yeah, definitely. So we actually have a fully functional gaming marketplace right now that people can go check out. If you type in gaming or NFT marketplace in our Telegram chat, it'll pop up a link and you can check it out. But essentially, what it does is you download this game, you can sign in via MetaMask, and it syncs up your assets with the gaming marketplace in the game. So let's say we have 5 characters, right? I purchased 3 via the Solar token. The game auto syncs that information in, and you have those 3 characters ready to play. So what's cool, and I'll drop some pre-alpha now, is we're about to launch 5 new characters and keep it going, keep that traction going. So anyone who participates in the IDO will eventually get a, not eventually, it'll be like within the first few days the IDO is over, they'll get airdropped a Dominion pass, right? Let's just say only 500 people participate in the IDO. That's the max supply of the Dominion Pass. And this Dominion Pass will give you full access to these 5 new characters. So it's kind of like a win because when you buy something, you want some sort of value, not only from the token wise, but you are buying something, right? So we want to give you a product in return with this IDO. So we're pretty hyped. And I think once we tease these 5 characters, people are going to be like, holy shit, I'm going to buy into the IDO and get this free NFT as well.
Yes, yes, thank you. So people, you can invite your friends and family to learn more. And then if you have any more question and queries, just go to their Telegram. Actually, I can see there are a lot of information they're provided through the pin message actually, so you can check it out. So could you say talk about your token and also like where can people buy and also if buy, what can they do?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm a person who's a big proponent in playing chess, right? I want the most value in return for what I'm doing. So we have 2 options as a team right now. Option one, which we may or may not go with, but essentially we're contemplating doing a private sale. Our Telegram and socials have been blowing up. A lot of people want to work with us now. It's been a crazy past couple of days. And if we go this route, we would launch on Gempad as a private sale and collect anyone who's interested, their addresses. This way they can get their Dominion Pass NFTs once this is said and done. And then the other scenario we're doing or contemplate doing is Fjord Foundries, which is an LBP. So we've been talking with them actively for a month. I believe we're in their last phase of doing KYC with them. We've already done KYC with Gempad and also Communitas. So either way, we'll be KYC'd. And if you want to see our pretty faces, we do a podcast. We try to do it once every other week. We just did an interview with Wendy, who's on Killer Whales, which is a big influencer group. So feel free to check that out. But the token itself will have the IDO and one of those 2 options. We're still gauging which would be the most beneficial as far as a team goes and an investor goes. But once that's said and done, the beauty of building for 2 years is we've been in the space for a long time, which means we've garnished a lot of connections. And with a lot of connections, I'm implying like major centralized exchange listings, right? So the goal is come IDO, we're going to stand up, a liquidity pool. But on top of that, we plan on pulling some like ape coin crazy stuff where it's centralized exchange listing after centralized exchange listing. Because as of now, like I said earlier, we've built out the utility. Now we can like 100% focus on hype, right? We don't need salaries. We don't need office spaces. We just want the best value proposition for the Solar token. And in this space, the best way to do it is, of course, centralized exchange listings.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir, for explaining about the whole idea. So, like, if I already you talked more about like the benefits for the users and others. So could you share who are interested in both trading and collecting NFTs? How could you benefit them actually in future?
Yeah, definitely. So it goes back to the law of supply and demand, right? Generally speaking, from a numerical value with IDOs, it's usually 500 people or less. If it's crazy hype and the team is extremely greedy, they let like 10,000 people in. And then it's very hard in the future to onboard new users when you see a holder count of like 10,000 people, right? So generally speaking, it's around 500 people. And we're seeing NFT mints, in the tens of thousands. So like I said, whoever participates is who gets it. That indicates the supply. So it'll be, no more than like we'll say 1,000, which is very low supply for any NFT collection. But on top of that, you're getting access to these characters, which is 5 additional NFTs, right? So from a NFT viewer standpoint, and like I said, once you see these characters, you're like, oh damn, these are cool. I'm gonna rock this as a PFP. Um, Basically, supply and demand with NFTs. And then as far as a token and trader, you generally have two people, right? People who want a quick flip and the holders. So I'm gonna appeal to both of them in the spaces. The people who want the quick flip, you'd be kind of dumb not to, in a sense. I hate to say that, but with consistent flow of centralized exchanges for like 2 weeks, that's kind of easy money, right? Anytime something gets listed on there, price inherently goes up. So you could either have that aspect and that mindset going into this, or if you're a diamond holder, which we prefer 110%, we have a super secret surprise we're working on for Q3, Q4, where everything kind of funnels into this. And that's all I'm going to say currently at this point. But we have a lot going on, and like the game, the marketplace, the DEX, this is like a fraction of this ecosystem we're trying to build out.
Okay, yes, thank you, sir. So people, if you have any more question and query, just get ready. I'm going to ask the last question from my side, actually. So, what is your future plan, like according to your roadmap in 2024 or after that in 2025? And also currently, which stage you're working?
Yeah, so as far as the current roadmap and what we'd like to do, right? So as far as the DEX goes, what's beautiful about doing this hybrid aspect is we can consistently take hype from DeFi projects while also consistently taking hype from NFT projects because the DEX incorporates both. So since we're an aggregator supporting all these EVM chains, and for those who are not tech savvy, EVM is basically Solidity programming language, right? So it's essentially built the same way. So it's easy integration. We can add these new chains, and since we're an aggregator, we can consistently list all these tokens without ever looking stagnant in a sense. So say Hobo tokens launching, super hyped. Okay, let's add that too. Let's funnel in that hype. We got a new NFT minting coming out, lots of hype. All right, let's get one, add it as a theme to the DEX. So this is how we keep momentum funneling into the DEX. Then as far as the game goes, I'm a true proponent of if I set out to do it, I can do it. And what I would like to do is, yes, all these Web3 games are primarily PC based. A lot of people may not know this, but Microsoft has their developer kit for Xbox Cloud. So my end goal is to get the game on Xbox, on a console where it's easier for people to download and access and play. So that's kind of this year.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. So people, stay tuned with them if you want to learn more. And also if you have any more question and query, just go to there. So just wait a bit to check, like few people. Okay, so Mario, are you there? Hey, Mario.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mario, ask
Hey,
your
Mario,
question,
yes, I
please.
can.
Okay, so my question is, in investors are only interested in the immediate benefit rather than the long-term value of the project. So how can you convince investors to invest in your platform over the long term?
Yeah, definitely. So we've been building in the bear market for 2 years, right? So that's 2 years of sustainability in a sense. we have a lot of community members on the space that could one vouch for us, but two, no, we just don't sit there and wait. So we're consistently building, we're consistently expanding. And one of the cool things we're trying to do is Web3 is great, and a lot of people try to market, to community members in Web3, which inherently makes sense short term. But if you look at Pudgy Penguins, they've broken that barrier, started marketing out to Web 2, trying to get familiar with that. And for like 5 minutes, they almost flipped, board eight. So that's essentially what we're trying to do from a sci-fi aspect. We're trying to get into comics, manga, console gaming, stuff like that. We want to break that Web3 barrier, and we consistently give updates. You can check our Medium. We give those weekly updates. We are consistently building, and we don't plan on ever stopping.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Maria, for your question. And next one is Chris. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, hi. Thank you. So my question, as you know that market is in a good condition. So in this good market situation, are you guys planning to add more new services and products in your website to attract more user?
Would you mind expanding on that? What do you mean exactly? I just want to make sure I answer it
I just
correctly.
wanted to know that are you guys planning to add more new services and in services and product in your website to attract more user?
Uh, yes. Are you talking about like marketing the website out to attain new users, or as far as website? I'm sorry, I'm trying to answer
Uh,
correctly. What do you
Attacking
mean
more user
marketing
on your
with the
platform.
website?
Attacking more user on your platform.
Ah, okay, I got you. My apologies. I was thinking like the home website. Yeah, so what we're actually going to do is two things, right? We've set up this customizable swap experience into two groups. And if you check out the EVM decks, you can pick a team. And what we're going to do is these weekly, monthly, quarterly tournaments where whatever group has the most trade volume and stuff of that nature gets airdrops of NFTs, Solar Token, and hopefully more. So what we're going to try to do is, post these community engagements similar to what meme coins do to bring in new users, new community members. Whereas, hey, this team had the most volume, they're all getting $100, and they're getting this new character, from the game. So that's the beauty of the game. Because people are always asking, well, what's the utility of this NFT? Well, you could actually do stuff with your character. He lives in this game. You can fully utilize your quote unquote NFT. So we can consistently add characters if it makes sense, airdrop them out, and retain people consistently via the game tournaments or trading volume on the DEX. So these are just a few of incentives that we are currently working on. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I got my answer. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Chris, for your question. Berlin, are you there?
Yeah, my question is on solar only hybrid days, will you use your own liquidity to execute any order on your days, or you will use third party liquidity?
Yep. So it'll be a two-prong question. So earlier in the space, we partnered with a Q1 or a L1, right? You can go check them out. They're Quad Network. So we natively will be um, having liquidity on that. As far as short term, since we are an aggregator, the liquidity will be funneled through Uniswap since they're heavily audited, one of the most trusted DEXs in the space, right? So we plan on hitting this from both ends just because we have a signed agreement with an L1 to be native on their chain. So to answer your question, it'll be both.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you. Next, Booker. Hey, Booker.
Hey, hello everybody. Hello, so my question is, hello, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
hear
Ask
you.
your question.
So my question is the biggest DeFi needs are that of interoperability, providing cross-chain interactions and multiple blockchains. How Solar DEX achieve this, and do users need KYC to enjoy all the awesome features of Solar DEX?
Awesome. I'm glad you brought this question up. So KYC, no. I'm a huge proponent of, decentralization. Like it just needs to happen. That's what the core foundation of this space is. So you see other dexes where like you're not from this country, you need a KYC, and you're like, well, F this, I'm not using that, right? So we will have legal disclaimers where these are the potential risk of you not following your jurisdiction's laws and regulations. But if you choose to use this product and you feel like you're in adherence to that, continue forward, right? So as far as KYC, no, absolutely not. I think that's just dumb. And then as far as cross chain and stuff of that nature goes, generally with the DEX experience currently, it's, I'm on Ethereum chain. All right, now I want to go to BSC. So I got to go to the up right corner, click on that, and then search for a different network. Currently, the way we have it set up on our EVM DEX is you click on this one swap page, so you don't need to redirect yourself to another quote unquote network. It's all into one user interface. And what's cool is we set it up where it has two logos, right? It'll say this is USDT on ETH, and then this is USDC on ETH. So it calls out token network and the same thing. That way, there's no confusion. And then if you still find that confusing, you can just click on the network, same swap page, and redirect it to a different network. But on top of that, we've also built out cross chain, which, it's still in beta because it still takes some time since it's similar to like bridging in a sense. But you can do that as well. Say I need some ETH on Polygon and I have ETH on ETH. I can just swap them out. So that's what we plan on doing.
Uh,
Thank you so much. I wish you good luck in future.
yes, thank you, Booker, for your question. So, Spy, the last person, Spy, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so my question is, do you guys have ambassador program? If yes, how can I join?
Sorry, you cut out on me. I apologize. I'm having really bad Wi-Fi. I think I got half of that. Do we have a marketable, and then what was the last portion?
Could you please refresh your question, Spy?
Okay, do you guys have ambassador program? If yes, how can I join?
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things that I apologize for not touching up on is we, are a very transparent team. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm on all socials. I have like 3 computers and they're always up. So if you want to be a part, assist, or do anything, just DM me directly. DM one of our teammates, ask the mod, and we're more than happy to help. We've had community members start their own projects who we've helped, promote, market. We've had community members with life issues that we've helped out. We're just a genuine team, and that goes true with anybody we onboard. So as far as an ambassador program goes, we don't have one. We just have people that help out, which is similar in a sense. So if you're willing to help out, especially in this time where we're heavily promoting this IDO, DM us. Willing to work with you.
Okay, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Spy, for your question. So yeah, I think we are enough for now. So guys, like if you have any more question and queries, just go to their social media link and ask there as I mentioned. So sir, anything else like you want to add it like before wrapping this session, you wanted to add actually like any important news that if you think we missed up in the previous part?
I'll end it with two things. One, if you still have further questions or just want to chat, feel free to join the Telegram. More than happy to talk to you one on one. Plus, we have like 400 spaces lined up for this week. Then two, last thing is we're really excited because this is years in the making, right? We've been heavily calculating moves, who to work with, who to talk with. We've talked to you guys, we've vetted you guys. So this, we appreciate the space. Um, we're just excited for the future, and you'll probably be seeing more of us around because the marketing is, just started.
Yes, thank you, sir, for having here, for your comment. Best wishes to your solar decks. And I'd like to thank you, all of our community members, and for your support. Definitely, people, and also check their all kind of documentation and make your own research if you want to learn more. So thank you, sir, once again for having here. Best wishes to your solar decks. Just keep building for the future.
Hey, appreciate it. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right, take care. Bye.